Hi, I'm Jervis Lewis, and in this video I'm going to show you how to amend that little lottery program we've been working on to include some statistics calculations. So right now our program can accept a number input from us. Let's run it in fact, and if I just give it some of my most lucky numbers, which are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, then it continuously goes ahead and draws 6 numbers out of a pool of 49 and notifies me if one of my numbers has matched. And look, I got quite lucky here. I even matched 2 numbers here. But mostly it looks like I'm either matching one number or I'm not matching any numbers, which is kind of what I'd expect. But this is also kind of what we're experiencing in real life lottery, when you do come home and your winning ticket only has one matched number or perhaps maybe 2 numbers. I don't know what it's like in other parts of the world, but here in the US, you don't get anything for one matching number, but you do usually get a free ticket for 2 matching numbers. And then you start winning a little bit of cash if you match 3 numbers or more. So what I would like my program to do, it's one of those programs that I'd like to have sitting there and keep continuously drawing random numbers, I guess, and then show me how many draws would have to happen for me to match 4 numbers or 5 numbers or 6 numbers. So right now the program in its current shape and form will notify me, but it doesn't have any record of that. It neither saves the numbers nor the amount of times that I've matched, in fact, 2 numbers. So let's put that into the subroutine. First of all, we need another variable for that, and we can probably stick with the MA, or perhaps no, maybe that'll be confusing. Let us call it MC, and it'll be an array, so MCX, and that'll be the statistics counter. So matched counter, I guess, you know, or SC, or whatever you want to call it. I'm going to call mine MC, and the way I'm going to do that is that, let's see where we can do that. We had that subroutine here at 500, which is just comparing these numbers here. And I could probably either write that down here, make these numbers increment accordingly down here, or I can do that in another subroutine. I think that is what I'm going to do in another subroutine in line 600, and that's increment statistics. So in 610, there's no need to set anything to 0 because, or to dimension an array, in fact, because I'm going to use something that's just basically just MC1 will be how many times we've matched 1 number, MC2 is going to be how many times we've matched 2 numbers, and so forth. So I'm just going to say if MA, which is our matched numbers counter, equals 1, then I'd like MC1 to be MC1 plus 1. There we go. Got there in the end. And I like to do that for all 6 numbers. So I'm just going to overtype that in line 620. I'm going to say if MA is 2, then MC2 is MC2 plus 1. And here it's if that is MA3 is 3, then MC3 is MC3 plus 1. If MA4 is, if MA is 4, then MC4 needs to be MC4 plus 1. And then in line 650, if MA is 5, then MC5 should be MC5 plus 1. And then finally, if we have matched the full jackpot, then I'd like to do this. And in fact, I'd also like to stop the program, because that is just, you know, that's just major success. Well, perhaps we're not going to stop the program. Perhaps we're going to just call that statistics routine that we're going to work on in a moment. So for now, that's that. In 699, I'm going to return. And where would I be calling this from? Well, perhaps I'll call it from within this subroutine where I'm comparing the numbers. So before I'm returning, perhaps in line 560, I'm going to go and call this subroutine in line 600. Okay, so let's see if this works. So I'll run it, and I'll say my lucky numbers are again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And so far, nothing should have changed. Well, the program is getting a little bit slower, perhaps because I keep amending it and I keep adding so many things. But this should be enough. If I now interrupt the program using the run stop key, then I should be able to check these variables. So let me print out MA, or no, it's MC1. And that is 4, and we've matched a single number several times here. So number twice, I can at least see twice that we had 2. So if I go print MC2, then I should at least have 2, perhaps even 3. There we go. And we've never matched 4 numbers. So if I say MC4, then there's 0 there. So that's perfect. But what I really like is either to constantly keep track of these things on screen, which sadly we're running out of real estate. So I can actually use the cont command now if I wanted to just have the program continue. That's kind of nice. But I think what I'd like to be able to press a button, say the S button, while this program runs, and then I would like the draws to be interrupted, and I'll just like to see a little printout there of what the numbers are, how many times I've matched a single number, 2 numbers, 3 numbers, and so forth. And then if I press another button like the space bar or something, then I would like the draws to continue so that I can just keep an eye on it every once in a while. Let's do that as well with another subroutine. That'll be in line 700, and I will say we'll call that statistics. Print statistics, print stats. So let's interrupt the program here, and in line 700, print statistics. So, what do we want to do there? So in line 710, I think we'll go and print out an empty line. And perhaps we should also notify the user what the lucky numbers are, so we can put that in there. But I think for now we'll keep it really simple, and we'll just say in line 720, current statistics. Leave another line free there. And I'm going to loop through this again for I equals 1 to 6. In line 740, I will say print matched I with a colon maybe and a space, and then we'll print MCI. And in line 750, we'll just say next. And in line 799, we're going to return from our Go Sub adventure. Okay, so that should be that. See if I can Go Sub 700. I can test just this subroutine. That's perfect. The only thing I have forgotten in line 760 is another just empty line. That's nice. And so all I need to do is now call this if a certain key is pressed. Now let's see where we can best do that. And we'll use the get command, but we're not going to have the computer wait for keyboard input. We're just going to check if a certain keyboard input is there, and then we'll call that subroutine. So let's see where we can best do that. So it's either before or after a draw. So perhaps let the program print everything out, the complete draw. In fact, the DR counter, I'm just going to probably increment that in line 150 instead. And now we should have it there twice. In line 195, we don't need it anymore. So perhaps in line 160, I can say get B string in this case. And then I will just say if B string is either maybe the space bar. Is that a good idea, space bar? Yeah, maybe the space bar. Then Go Sub 700. And now that I'm thinking about it, we should once we are there, once we've printed everything, we should now wait for another keyboard input down here in line 770, and also say get B string. And in this case, we'll say if B string is nothing, then we go back to 770. And we'll just wait for any key to continue. And this may be a nice way to tell the user that press any key to continue. So perhaps in fact we'll do this in 790, in 770 we'll just go press any key to continue, followed by another print statement. So okay, so go sub 700 does this, and then it does that. That's not really what we want, is it? So let's have a look what went wrong there. Yes. Then we should have probably pressed 790. So let's try that again. 700. Current statistics, and the moment anyone presses any key, it just keeps going, and then it goes return. And also, well, let's see how the whole program runs now. Tell me 6 lucky numbers between 1 and 49. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now the magic draws will start. And if I just, keep waiting my luck here, so we should see match the single one 3 times now. Let's just press the space bar. What happens? The current statistics come up. That's very cool. And press another key, and then the draws will continue. That's perfect. That is exactly what I was after. And then of course press Command W and see how many draws it actually takes for me to become a millionaire. I hope you found this very entertaining and it enriched your life. This is one of those little things that I find amazing, to have a computer running and continuously calculate this either in an emulator or on real hardware. If you should do this on real hardware on the +4, for example, make sure you put a heatsink on the TED processor, because that's the one that gets really hot, and if it's on for longer periods of time, those chips, they tend to fry themselves. I've not had that happen, luckily, but I've read terrible horror stories. I think C64s and VIC-20s and the C128s, they should be fine. Also make sure you measure your voltage, or just run it in an emulator overnight and see what you come up with. So so far, let's have a look. Have we done any? Look, after 1116 draws, we have come up with 485 single number matches. Now that's quite scary. We've also matched the 4 numbers twice already. That is very exciting. But of course, we've never matched 5 or 6 numbers just yet. So I guess for that, we'll just have to have the little guy continuously keep calculating. Anyway, if you like this video, please share it with friends, family, and total strangers. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Happy retro hacking. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask them in the comments. Bye bye. I will see you next time. Take care.